some of the expressions that you will find in lesson 4 are, yeah, we have already done this. Zum Frühstück, zum Mittagessen, zum Abendessen. Zum Frühstück esse ich whatever, or morgens esse ich whatever, mittags, abends. Guten Morgen, guten Morgen, good morning. Der Morgen is the morning as a time of day. Okay, it's a noun, so it's der Morgen. Morgen is gestern, heute, morgen. Yeah, tomorrow. This morgen with a small m is tomorrow. Okay, heute, today, morgen, tomorrow. Heute, morgen. And morgens mit einem S, morgens with an S would mean, and a small m, would mean every morning, in the morning, as a routine, every morning. Okay. Zum Beispiel, morgens trinke ich immer 1 Liter Wasser. Zum Beispiel. Oder morgens trinke ich Kaffee. Morgens trinke ich Tee. Morgens would mean every morning. That's my routine. Okay. Morgens. Similarly, you will have der Mittag und der Abend. Similarly, mittags mit eines with a small m und abends. Small d. Nacht. Nachts. Yeah? Morgens, mittags, abends, nachts. So, quickly recap. Morgen as a noun is the morning, der Morgen. Morgen as an adverb, actually it's an adverb of time, is tomorrow, morgen with a small m. And morgens with an s at the end and a small m means every morning. For example, have you done the word for to go for a walk? To go for a walk, have you done? You've not done. Okay, to go for a walk. What is to go? Gehen. Wir gehen, and then just add the word spazieren. Mein Freund geht allein spazieren. Gehen, normal construction with gehen, and add the word spazieren at the end, which means to go for a walk. In general, the way we go for a walk in the mornings or in the evenings. Okay. So, you can have, for example, ich gehe abends spazieren. Ich gehe abends spazieren. Sentence means?
I go for a walk.
Yeah. Or Meine Freundin geht morgens. Or you can even add früh morgens spazieren. Früh, early. Früh and opposite? Spät. Früh und spät. Early and late. Früh, früh, opposite, spät. So, to come back, morgens esse ich, mittags esse ich, abends esse ich. Nothing but every morning I eat, or for lunch, mittags esse ich meaning for lunch. You don't need to say at noon I eat. It might not be exactly at noon, but it's basically Mittagessen. Okay. And abends means Abendessen. We have already learned the word gern. So, essen Sie, trinken Sie, trinken Sie Wasser gern? Ja. Trinken Sie Tee gern oder Kaffee? Kaffee, ja. Ich trinke das. Trinkst du gern Saft? Trinkst du gern Bier? Trinkst du gern Wein? Etc. Was essen Sie oder isst du nicht gern? Was essen Sie nicht gern? What is the meaning of the question? Anybody has very strong dislikes? Bitter gourd? Karela? How many people like Karela? How many people like Karela? 3 only in the class, so we have a very clear winner as to was essen Sie nicht gern. But we have to find the word for Karela. I don't have the word for Karela in German. So, yeah. Sehr gern, nicht so gern. Ich esse gern das und das. Ich esse gern Pizza. Ich esse nicht gern Brot. Ich esse gern Dosa, aber ich esse nicht gern Idli zum Beispiel. Ich mag gern, ich mag keinen, keine. Guten Appetit möchtest du noch? Mag and möchtest. This is the 2 things that I'll quickly do and then we can go on to your revision for tomorrow. Guten Appetit, danke gleichfalls. Schmecken. Wie schmeckt? Wie schmeckt? Wie schmeckt der Kuchen? 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 Cake, ja. Wie schmeckt der Kuchen? What is wie? How, what, the cake? How does the cake taste? How does the cake taste? Schmecken, to taste. Okay, to taste in the sense not that I go and taste something. No. Schmecken means how does something taste? That is schmecken. Okay. It's in a passive sense that the verb is used. Wie schmeckt der Kuchen? Der schmeckt sehr gut. Der schmeckt sehr gut. What have I done in the reply? Skipped Kuchen, because it's a very direct reference. The der is directly referring back to der Kuchen. So I don't need to repeat the word Kuchen. Der schmeckt sehr gut. Okay. I mean, because the immediate reference is there in the preceding question, then I can skip the noun and use only the article. We can say air also. We can say the cake, he tastes very well. So you can say also you can use as the pronoun for der Kuchen, but you can even use just the article and drop the word Kuchen. Okay, if there is this kind of an immediate reference only. So that was schmecken. Sehr lecker. Schmecken sehr gut. Lecker. Yummy. Lecker. Möchtest du noch Reis? Möchtest du noch Reis? Möchtest. Would you like? I think yesterday we briefly had möchtest. Möchtest du noch Reis? Nein, danke. Ich bin satt. Ich bin satt. Ich bin satt. You know, in English there is a word satiated. Satiated means what? Satisfied, satiated. Zat is the same etymological root as satisfied or satiated. So, ich bin satt means I am full, I am done. Ich bin satt. But zat, I mean, satiated and satisfied normally in English don't have the connotation of, as they say in Chennai, over. Okay, doesn't mean slightly over the top, but in German you can have, like you have ich bin satt. Ich habe es satt would mean what? To have enough of something. What? How do you say it? What was the word for that? To have enough of something. To not want to be. No, not in that sense. To have had enough. I've had enough of this German teaching. I've had enough in life. So how do you say that? Fed up. To be fed up. Not just to be well fed, but to be fed up. That is also, thank you. Ich habe es satt is I am fed up. So, ich bin satt is a positive this thing. Ich habe es satt. I've had enough. I don't want anymore. I'm fed up with this. Okay, so satt, as you can see, can be used in both positive and negative senses. Actually, that's a very good equivalent for satt. To be well fed is also satt, and to be fed up is also satt. Only the verb is changing. For well fed, we are using sein, ich bin satt. Nein, danke, ich bin satt. For fed up, we are saying ich habe es satt. S usually refers to what it is that you are sick of. Okay. So, just a pointer that satt can have both connotations. And then ich mag. So, we have to just do möchtest and mag. Oops. Mag and möchtest. Standard questions: Hast du Hunger? Habt ihr Durst? Hast du Hunger? Habt ihr Durst? Hunger und Durst. Are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Möchtest du etwas essen? Möchtet ihr etwas trinken? Möchte. Would you like to? Möchte means would like to. Okay. Whatever. Salat mit ohne Öl, Kaffee mit ohne Milch, Pizza mit ohne Zwiebeln. Zwiebeln? Zwiebeln? No. Onions. Zwiebeln. Zwiebeln are onions. Fleisch mit ohne Kartoffeln, Reis mit ohne whatever. Mineralwasser mit ohne Kohlensäure. 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 What can mineral water contain? Coal. Coal is coal. Coal is what? Basic carbon. So carbonated. Yeah. So Kohlensäure meaning it's basically carbon dioxide. Kohlensäure. So it is Mineralwasser mit Kohlensäure is basically what? Which means what do we call it? Sparkling water is in India we don't call it sparkling water, you call it soda. Okay. So Wasser mit Kohlensäure, oder ohne, mit ohne Kohlensäure. So there are three kinds of mineral water that you get, and one is ohne, means ohne Kohlensäure. One is mild, mild, which is mild, which means little bit of, well, slightly carbonated, and only with Kohlensäure, mit. Eis mit ohne Sahne, ice. Ice cream, yeah, ice. But ice in the sense ice cream with or without extra cream. Okay, mit ohne Sahne. Ja, gern, nein, danke, lieber. In this case, rather, I'd rather have, instead of this, I'd rather have. Okay, lieber. Yeah, this is the slide I want to come to before we go to your revision. Mögen, möchten and essen. These are three important verbs. Trinken is very regular. Trinken, we know the verb, and trinken is quite regular. But mögen, mögen is to like. Möchten is would like. And of course, essen is to eat. These are quite irregular verbs. And just learn the conjugations, and any difficulty about understanding these verbs, when to use mögen, when to use möchte, and when to use essen. Mike.
So what is the difference between Mohican, like when do you use, like both are to like the verb?
No. Is it written to like for both?
Would like, but that is would like and this is to like. That's what.
So
Like when do you use?
you
each?
tell me.
So
I
mean,
would like to
instead
hear.
of instead of moisten, you can also use gern, like again, right?
No,
Because
instead of it, I point out the difference between mögen and möchte. That's the question. Instead of möchte, you can use 10 different words in German. That is fine. Those alternatives you always have in every language. But the point is, you cannot. You said you cannot differentiate between mögen and möchten. Correct?
yes.
So let's not go to instead of möchten. What is it that is not understandable? What is the difference between to like and would like?
I would like meaning asking for something, like I would like to have this, or
Yes.
something. And then to like as in I like having this. I don't.
As a general statement, yes.
General, okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the difference. Would like refers to ich möchte, ich habe Durst. Durst. Ich habe Durst. Ich möchte jetzt eine Limonade trinken. Or ich möchte jetzt eine Limonade. I would like right now a lemonade. I am thirsty. Okay. Ich mag Limonade. Ich trinke Limonade jeden Tag. Täglich. Ich mag Limonade. But that is mag. But ich habe Durst. Ich möchte jetzt ein Glas Limonade. That is the difference between mögen and möchte. Okay, so of course you can say, but again, gern is usually said in response to a question. Okay, in a sense of was trinkst du gern? Ich trinke gern whatever. Or if you go to a restaurant, for example, and the waiter comes and asks you, was möchten Sie? Or was essen Sie? Or was trinken Sie? Then you could say, ich esse gern, or you can also say ich möchte, of course, but you can say gern. But you go to a restaurant and sit down, or you go to some place. I mean, möchte is not only for asking for drinking, and you go to, let's say, a supermarket and say, ich möchte ein neues Hemd. Hemd is a shirt. I would like a new shirt and whatever. So möchte can be used in, now it doesn't, there you can't replace it with gern, no? That is, I like to wear shirts, of course I like to wear shirts. So that's not going to make much sense. So there is a, you can't always replace möchte with gern. In some contexts, yes, if you are asked what you would like, then you can say ich trinke gern. You can also use a very important verb in this regard, is a verb we have not yet done, but you might as well do the verb because it is going to come very often, very soon. Nehmen. To take, nehmen. And this is the change that happens to in nehmen, nimmt. Nimmt, okay. So the conjugation, anyone, of nehmen? If you have the clue nimmt, can you then derive the entire conjugation with the mic? Conjugation of nehmen? Who can? Just, yeah?
Ich nehme, du nimmst.
Du nimmst. N-E-M-M-S-T. Nimmst, yeah?
Nimmt. Wir nehmen. Ihr nehmt.
Ihr nehmt.
Sie nehmen.
Sie nehmen, yeah. To take. Very often used in this context of food and drink. Ich nehme gern. I'll take this, I'll take that. Ich nehme gern, whatever. So you can write down this verb nehmen, which is to take, and nimmt. And of course, essen, this is the change that happens to essen. And as you can see, the do and forms are the same because there is no need to add a third S to the do form. It's already enough S's are there. And I think we have done the conjugation of lesen, right? Lesen. And you will see that lesen also do and are the same because the root itself ends in an S. So you don't add another S for do form. Okay. Should we go into this, or would you like to have 20 minutes remaining? We can do your doubts and questions for tomorrow. Yeah. This, I think it was simple, no? Zum Frühstück Essayation. So it's fine. Yeah, then I'll stop here for today. What we have not done in as yet is this particular construction which was there, which is keinen. Okay, but that we can do after the first quiz. Then we'll go on later on to, yeah. So now it's your turn to ask whatever difficulties you might have in lessons 1, 2 and 3, which is the portion for tomorrow's quiz. I mean, I would rather answer non-logistical questions than logistical questions. I mean, you find out the venue, yeah? I don't know where the venue is. I don't decide the venue. The venue is centrally decided and put up on the notice, but I also have to go and find out. I have no clue where the venue is. It is not here, definitely. It is somewhere in HSB, I think, but it could be CRC also. But you go and find out from the department notice board where the in the HS corridor, there is a loo in one corner, okay, and at that corner there is a notice board on which usually the quiz schedule is put up. Or I think even if you go up from CLT to the second floor, there also on that notice board also you'll find. Otherwise, you find it from the HS office. If you don't have any difficulties, we can finish. We can finish early today, and you can go and study for your test tomorrow.
Can we revise how to use einen and eide and dir? Because I'm a little confused about how to use einen and eide. I know
Which
it's a-
page are you on?
17. 17.
17. Lesson?
Lesson 1, this is just using the formal form of I'm a little confused about einen and eide.
About
Einen and eide. The
I-
einen, is that how you-
Ihnen.
Yes. I-H.
So read the sentence.
Oh. We get S ihnen, we get S dir, or we get, and then,
Ihnen.
yeah,
We get as dear.
yeah.
Huh.
So, can we use it in a couple of sentences, ihnen and dir, and ihre?
What are the corresponding pronouns to Ihnen and dear?
Du,
Yeah.
du.
Second person in German. Okay. Informal. Du is as a singular and plural. Ihr as the plural. Formal. Sie as a singular and sie as the plural. So the dear and the ihnen with wie geht es the context will decide whether you are going to use dear or ihnen. What will be that context? Not just you are talking, whether the situation is formal or informal, whether you're addressing somebody, that person you want to address formally or informally is the situation. If you're talking to a friend, quite simply, you would always use dear. If you're talking to a person you're meeting for the first time, actually, in many instances nowadays, what happens is there is more informality than formality in situations today. Even if you go and see the work culture in many private companies, in many places, in the university, for example, the work culture is such that there are very few situations where you actually talk formally to somebody. It's a very informal situation in most instances if you go outside today. So wie geht es Ihnen comes into play almost rarely nowadays. Wie geht es dir? Of course, I mean, in a formal situation, if you are introduced to somebody as you go abroad and you introduce to your professor for the first time, don't like put your arm around and say, "We get is dear." That might not necessarily endear you to that person, but yeah, but more and more it is "we get is dear" rather than "we get is ihnen." Okay, but the simple difference is if it is formal, if you're going to talk to somebody in a formal way, it is ihnen. If it is informal, it is dear.
If you translate we get SDR to English,
How are you?
no, understand why it's not we get S do. Why is it not that? Like,
Okay. It is actually saying how goes it with you. That is why it is not. It's not just you. It's with you.
so there means with you.
To you, with you, of you, by you, several forms of you. But there is one very general rule of thumb that I would like to say while learning a new language. It is not very productive to ask why. You can remember that. Okay, it's not very productive to ask why is it like this. Simply because the language has had a different evolution than your mother tongue or English, which is our motherland tongue. So it has had a different evolution. So it is. That's why I said. Who said confusing yesterday? And I said what?
Interesting.
Yeah. So instead of saying why is it like this, you have to say it is like this. How lovely, and then carry on learning it by heart. Okay, in the beginning at least, there is no other option, because I mean you would have to start a class in comparative linguistics otherwise over here, and we are not doing comparative linguistics here. We are learning German as a foreign language, and there is a very important word in the name of the course itself. German as a what? Foreign language. Okay, so there is a certain one of the primary objectives of this course is that we get used to the German sentence structure, the sound of the German language. It has its own rhythm. It has its own melody. People might not believe that German has a melody. People think only Spanish and Italian and French have a melody. But German language also has its own melody. Okay. Usually the cliche is that German is a very hard language. Okay. In some instances it has very hard sounds, yes, but it also has its own rhythm and melody. So we have to get used to that. We have to get used to the foreignness of that. That is very important, to make that foreignness part of our habit, so to say. That's very important. Then later on, if you get so interested in German that you want to do comparative linguistics and German, then you can very well do it. But getting used to the foreignness is very important, and accepting the foreignness. So the rule of thumb is learning a foreign language is primarily an exercise in humility, to accept what is there as given. So it is an exercise in humility. I am elaborating on this because this is not a one-time occurrence. You will realize that a lot of time is spent because your mind keeps asking you, why is it like this? Why is it not any? And it is pretty futile to keep asking that question, and it will happen to each one of us. It happens. Any other? Yeah.
So, when you had taught us about sentence construction, you told us the verb usually comes second.
Yeah.
So, is there like anything else we can? Because I was looking at the sentences, and I mean, I know that learning sentence construction is difficult, but I thought.
No, it's not all that. But again, as I said, as a grammar rule, yes, the verb occupies the second position in the sentence when we, not the second word in the sentence, but the second
position.
meaningful unit in the sentence is the verb.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is, do you have sentences where you have problem in identifying that?
No, the verb part that's the only thing I'm able to identify, but like the rest of the construction is a little like I don't.
You read the sentence, no?
No, this is just I was reading, we did that architecture part, right? So there was all the
Huh.
sentences in that. So just overall, like, is there a pattern? I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
No. I mean, it makes sense in the sense, I can understand that, for example, we had it in this, oh, I've closed the PPT, is it? It would be really helpful if you,
I'm searching for an
yeah, if you cite an example of a sentence where it is difficult. If you look at this set of examples, you can see that the sentence is not beginning with the subject ish. Okay, it's beginning with something else. You can say zum Frühstück esse ich. So if you take this to our notes, ich esse ein Ei zum Frühstück. That okay? Here you have the first meaningful unit as is a subject. The second is the verb. The ein Ei, what is it? I eat what?
One egg.
An egg. So what is that? An object. And this is what? When do I eat it? For breakfast. It's an adverbial phrase of time. Okay. So we just put it as adverb over here. Okay. Oh, sorry. You can take any of the sentences and you will find that the verb is always the second meaningful unit. I don't know, is it too congested board? But we have separated 4 units in the first sentence: ich, esse, ein Ei, and zum Frühstück. Now I keep esse in the second place. The other 3 I have a lot of flexibility in putting the other 3 elsewhere. Ein Ei esse ich zum Frühstück. Zum Frühstück esse ich ein Ei. Or ich esse zum Frühstück ein Ei. Is your difficulty related to this kind of a thing?
This is exactly,
Yeah. So
you can, all of these ways are correct. All of these are correct.
all of these are correct.
No, Frühstück esse is in the third place.
What is your question?
Zum Frühstück is ich esse. Correct.
No, then it would violate the rule that the verb has to be the second meaningful unit of the sentence. Zum
Should it be-
Frühstück is 1, ich is second, and verb becomes third. That is not a correct construction. Okay, that's why. Huh?
For breakfast, I eat.
I mean, tricks and all you can do, of course. Zum Frühstück! Exclamation mark. Ich esse ein Ei. Of course you can do that.
No, if you put zum Frühstück, comma, ich esse ein Ei, that's still wrong.
Well, why do you want to do it? I don't understand.
Because it's like, we're just going from like English where you can say in the morning, every
No, no.
morning you
Okay.
have an egg,
See,
that's why.
while speaking, of course, you would normally pause for breakfast. Let me think. Okay, that kind of a thing. You normally pause. As I said, if you want to ask me whether that construction is correct, it is not correct. Whether you ask me if people always use that always use only the correct constructions, no. People people are all over the place when they speak. There is no this thing. So tomorrow, if you say zum Frühstück to a person, and ja, ich esse ein Ei zum Frühstück, but there has to be a pause there. Then it is fine. Then there's a reflection pause. You're thinking, and then you start a new sentence. Ich esse ein Ei. That's fine.
None of these sentences, ish is never at the end.
That's a good observation, because then the verb and the subject have to be as close as possible.
Close as possible.
Yeah.
But not necessarily adjacent, but as close as possible.
There can be instances where a word or two might come in between, but otherwise they have to be as adjacent as possible. Look how beautiful it is. There are two sentences there. Look. You look. It's first sentence. It's an imperative sentence. So one word, but it's a sentence. And how beautiful it is the other sentence. So what is the question? Look how confusing it is. No. But we also have, now we are over time, but we also have instances where the verb was coming first, no? Where was the verb coming first?
Yeah, we have.
Questions and exclamation.
Yeah,
Imperative.
yeah. Questions. Trinken Sie Kaffee? Trinken Sie Tee?
Instruction.
Yes, no questions. Yes, no questions. Verb is coming first.
And instruction.
And instructions. And when you tell people to do something, then of course the verb is the first. But those are other kinds of sentences. I mean, those are yes, no questions and imperative orders and commands. Okay, so
You have instructions on top of each of the things, exercises, right? Like lesson C, then dialogue.
lesen Sie,
Lesson C, then.
den Dialog.
What is C in that? What is C in that?
It's instruction to you.
So you listen is
You, yeah, you read. You read.
read is given as lesson C
Yeah.
instead of
In English, by the way, an important distinction. When we talk about the imperative in English, or when we use the imperative in English, the word you is never there.
yeah.
Okay. Please go and do this at home. Please eat this every day. The you is never there. In German, what we are learning right now is Sie. Sie is always there. Lesen Sie. So it's the same as English imperative, please read.
No, so how so if you make that like the coffee sentence, which is drinking the coffee, is it
Trinken Sie Kaffee.
so that's also like where C is there in that, or like is it should C be there? I mean, what do you
Yes, if it is an imperative sentence, Sie has to be there.
so how drink
Trinken Sie Kaffee.
C coffee?
Yeah. That is drink coffee. You're just saying drink coffee,
Okay.
which is obviously telling someone you drink coffee.